I don't care how you cut it. I don't care how angry you are at Bernie Sanders supporters who don't know when to stop, right? I get it. I've go check my backlog. I have quite a few videos where I have called out Bernie Sanders supporters to the point where they unfollowed me in droves when I called them out for when I called out Bernie Sanders supporters around Netroots Nation. I called out Bernie Sanders supporters whenever I will call them out. I've got no problem calling out even myself. Let's start there. I will call myself out when I'm wrong. And I think anybody watching the show has seen me do it live, where I say something that was incorrect and I will catch myself and call myself out. So you know I'm going to call anyone out that is wrong if I'm going to call myself out. Because if we don't do anything else, we absolutely, to thine own self, be true. And this false narrative, yes, it is a false narrative. When something is wrong, you should call it out, even if it's for somebody that you disagree with. There was an article, there was about a 6-hour gap there yesterday or 2 days ago where social media was abuzz because of a headline from a Texas former Republican senator. His name escapes me right now, essentially saying, I guess I can go to my own Facebook page and find it. But he said that the FBI has told him that they're ready to indict Hillary Clinton. He said people he knows in the FBI has said that they're ready to indict Hillary Clinton. And if the attorney general doesn't act on it, then they're going to go public with it. When you read the article and read the facts, you realize this is nothing more than yellow journalism. It is sensationalization for the purposes of clicks. It was wrong. It was not accurate. The FBI does not have the ability to indict. They do have the ability to recommend an indictment, but that's not where this stage of the investigation is. And so it was yellow journalism for the purposes of trying to destroy Hillary Clinton. Now, I'm not a fan. Anybody who knows me, I am not a fan of Hillary Clinton. But that headline that became super viral, I posted it. It's 5:30 in the morning. And before I got on the train at 7:30, it had 500 shares or something ridiculous. So this super viral headline was yellow journalism. And I spoke out against it, not because I like Hillary Clinton, but because I like the truth. And more so than liking the truth, I hate lies and hypocrisy. And so if there is a false narrative that's going around even about our enemy, and I say enemy loosely, our political enemy, whatever, get over it. We still have the responsibility to tell the truth for ourselves, if nobody else, for ourselves. And I can already hear some of my progressive army calling me out about the Donald Trump videos and whatnot, but I'm sure I could work my way around that if I had to. But I'm not. That's not what I'm here for. What I'm saying is this false narrative that has been promoted by Hillary Clinton supporters about Bernie Sanders being some type of racist and having a race minority problem is utter ridiculousness. It does not bear out factually. It does not bear out historically. It does not bear out presently. But yet they have no problem pushing a false narrative because it benefits their candidate. And that is a fundamental problem I have. I don't care who it is. I don't care whose side they're on. I don't care if they're on our side. If you cannot win telling the truth, then you don't need to win. Which I went against some Bernie Sanders supporters, which one of my lowest rated videos ever was because I called out Cenk Uygur because he was trying to call out Black Lives Matter. But at Netroots Nation, Black Lives Matter was spot on. And I knew they were spot on because I knew what they were doing was going to make Bernie Sanders better. The bad white guys who are in the chat rooms, who are on Twitter, who are angry, these angry white guys who do exist, who I've talked about ad nauseum, who you're making it worse for Bernie Sanders. I wish you would shut the hell up. But that doesn't mean that you're not being used just to go against Bernie Sanders, right? And so they use you as this prop, as though Bernie Sanders has an even deeper racist problem because of look at all of these angry white men that are attacking all of these poor black people. Never mind the fact that I will call every single one of you out on your bullshit. I think my daughter's asleep now. I will be the first to call you out. I am not the black splainer. I'm not the black splainer in chief for Bernie Sanders. But what I do is I'm the bullshit caller. I will call you on it. Just like I call out the people in the chat rooms, Bernie Sanders supporters. If you have a problem with something from Black Lives Matter, it is just in your strategic best interest to not engage. I don't care how you feel. I don't care how angry it makes you. It's just in the strategic best interest of Bernie Sanders that you stand down, because you're not going to win that argument. There was a guy arguing with Ta-Nehisi Coates, and I'm like, I really could wade in this conversation and really engage with Ta-Nehisi Coates, but I don't want to come in and save this guy, this white guy, because you know what? You got to know better. You know, you just have to know better on the side of the Bernie bros, right? But the point is, we're not all white. People who have problems with some of the things that Black Lives Matter or people affiliated with Black Lives Matter have subjected Bernie Sanders to, and not equally subjected everyone else to, are not all white. People calling you on the issues, on the bullshit issues, on this racism and this false narrative of a minority problem, they are not all white. I am by far one of the best people to call you on your bullshit, and I am not white. And so I still lay this out to every single person who is either a direct supporter of Hillary Clinton or likes to use Bernie Sanders as a scapegoat to not have to endorse anyone, because you know full well, just like everyone else knows, you don't have to endorse Hillary. You just have to keep black people from looking at Bernie Sanders. So you don't have to get your hands dirty. You don't have to endorse Hillary. All you have to do is attack Bernie, and the same job gets done. And don't get this twisted, right? Don't get this twisted. Because I'm calling out Black Lives, this group, these individuals who identified as Black Lives Matter. And like I said, everyone who identifies as Black Lives Matter is not a part of the organization and doesn't follow the ethos. But these people who showed up to protest Bernie Sanders are living in this world where they are shocked and dismayed that there's actually pushback, as though everyone must be subservient to their demands. And I think we saw a bit of that at some of the Mizzou protests, at some of the Yale protests, where they demanded a safe zone where they could be free to shout and demand everything that they wanted, and no one should be able to counter protest. The media wasn't even going to be allowed to be there. Real life does not work like that. And I don't know what world you're coming from where you think you're actually entitled to that.